Hi, I'm Ajay Rochester and I'm reporting in New York for Reality Wanted. Today I'm talking with Aviva Drescher, the standout star of The Real Housewives of New York Season 6. And we're going to talk about her book, Leggy Blonde, and all things housewives. Immediately. Congratulations on coming back for Real Housewives of New York Season 6. It's your second season on the show, but it has been going for 6 seasons and you're doing a heck of a job.
Thank you, AJ, thanks.
It's a little bit like waging war with the women of New York.
It is. You know, I think that in the beginning I had a sign on my back that read, "Kick me." And they all just came after me. Yeah.
Were you nervous coming back for a second season?
You know, I was nervous to see Ramona. I expected Ramona to be upset with me, and I knew she was, and I really wasn't sure how I was going to mend those fences, but I'm so glad that I did, and you know, we're getting along great now. But you know what? There's always a door open for forgiveness and for growth in relationships, and Ramona's a big person, so she's not one to turn away an apology after the 10th time.
And a few shots.
Right, exactly.
I should keep reminding you though, just every now and then, or you know, this is tentative, this apology.
Yeah, I'm on probation. I'm on Ramona probation.
I like that. Yeah. She's a good ally to have. I think you really need some friends in this season. It's already very, very rocky.
Yeah, you know, some other women just turned on me. I entered my season 6 and all of a sudden everybody else is mad at me. I'm not so sure what I did to them besides write a book.
How dare you?
I know. I mean, I'm so sorry. I wrote a book. It's about my life. And, you know, I guess Carol's the only one who's allowed to write a book, and you know,
in the whole world. In the whole world, the only author in the world is
and
Carol.
the only author who doesn't use any help whatsoever.
No, from beginning to end. In fact, she bound the books herself.
Yes.
She printed them all herself.
Yes.
Everything.
She even took the picture of herself.
It's
amazing.
Incredible.
I know.
Bethany, when Bethany got her spin-off and her book deals, one of the things that she mentioned was that not a single housewife congratulated her, and when she bumped into them afterwards, no one mentioned it even. It was almost...
You know, sometimes, you know, things stand alone. I think the book speaks for itself. I don't need to, you know, explain to the woman that I had a very compelling life story. I don't need to tell them anything. And, you know, to be honest, they're not really the people that I'm fighting for. You know, they're not really the people that I'm fighting for. And it is very, very sad to me that 2 women, you know, on a television show together didn't support one another and didn't support their pieces of work. Lord knows I tried. I entered the gates saying, you know what? I love to get your help on my book. Let's talk about the books. Even if I didn't really want her to sit down and I didn't want to take Carol's time.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted, you know, to talk about, to put her up, as she's already written a book, and to say, hey, you know, what do you have to say about mine? And then it goes on and on and on. And instead of saying, you know, you'll see it on camera later on. I give this example. It's like Carol always talks about birthing a book. You know, when you have a child, right?
Yeah.
You know, when a person has a baby, you don't say, oh, you know, did you have natural childbirth? Are you nursing? Those are the obnoxious questions.
Right. Those women who say, oh, you had a cesarean, that's not really childbirth.
Right, or you had an epidural? Oh, I did it natural.
Yeah.
You know, the questions that you asked that come from love and support are, oh my God, what's his name? How much did he weigh?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Do you need help? You know, and that's the line of questioning that I felt was coming my way after episode 2. Instead of saying, oh, what's the book called? How was it for you? It was, oh, well, did you use a ghostwriter?
How dare you write a book? And
wasn't that funny?
Oh my gosh.
Nobody really knows except for the author and their team.
Yeah.
How much the author didn't have. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, and why is it such a big deal, you know?
Who cares?
I mean, there's that whole, methinks she doth protest too much.
Exactly. And that's what's going on here with Carol. But, you know, in Carol's defense, it doesn't really matter.
No.
You know, it just doesn't matter. You know, nobody cares, and she's making such a big deal out of it. You know, I mean, the bigger, you know, it's like, it just doesn't matter. And, you know, Hillary Clinton, you know, had 3 or 4 people helping her, and she thanked them. And it doesn't, no one's going to say Hillary Clinton didn't write her book.
You might see people going, oh, she was spreading gossip. And I think you were more questioning, did that really happen that way?
I was very upset. I couldn't believe, you know, that girlfriend could be so negative and so condescending and would go right away into the questions that were just very inappropriate. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I really.
One of the things that Carol said, which really, I was so incensed. I was like grasping the television and just shaking it, going, I want to have a say in this. Where she's like saying, you've done nothing outside the home, Aviva. You've done nothing. You've done nothing but be a mother.
I mean, I think that, Carol, in one statement, insulted millions and millions of mothers in America, and I just think it's incredible. I mean, does that mean that a woman who stays at home and doesn't have a paying job but who's taking care of her children isn't working? I mean, that is just insane to say. I don't know. I think Carol's in her own bubble.
Yeah.
Really, it was a very offensive statement.
It was interesting on the show when Heather was going, well, what could you write about? The question really astounded me, apart from the fact that you'd done an entire season with these women and they didn't know enough about you to understand your incredible story of adversity.
Thank you. Yeah, it is, Heather was also questioning me, like, what's the hook? What's the hook? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not trying to hook anybody into anybody. I know you've got your Spanx hooking everybody up, but I was like, I'm not hooking anybody into anything. I'm just writing a story.
Well, I really wanted to just step in and just go, oh my God, people, do you not understand? This woman lost her leg in the most horrific of accidents. But not only that, but the way in which you approached your survival and your healing whole time on your own. Right. You lost it in this machinery, in this barn, doing I dare you to go there, which we've all done.
Everyone's done
as
that.
children.
Yes, right.
And just the idea that you would have such incredible strength, which you didn't have a great mother figure to lift you up and bring you through that. And your dad, I mean, he's beautiful and unique.
Unique. He's unique.
So, it wasn't like you had these super parents teaching you this, pick yourself up and rise up. And yet you did that. And I think that's such a pertinent story to share with other victims of any kind of accident or illness or adversity.
That's why I did the show. It's why I wrote the book. The book shows so much more than what you see on the show, which is just a little one-dimensional, dramatic piece of who I can be when I pull up that kindergartner in me. It's that somehow or another, the higher power gave me this accident for a reason. And now I'm in the public eye, and I want to do something with it and use it to help other people. And, hopefully I can give people... And I get so many letters from people and emails and messages saying, oh, I was in the hospital, and I just had my leg amputated because I had diabetes, and I saw you getting into the pool on television. But there are people out there who are seeing me doing things, and they're getting hope from that, whether it be acne or... boobs that are too big or too small, any physical differences, then I've really succeeded in my mission.
What a lot of people don't know is when the Boston bombing happened, which was a year ago now, you were one of the first people, no cameras, you went and went to the hospital and spoke with these women and talked to them. What do you say to these women who have woken up and feel like their sense of self is no longer how they saw themselves?
First of all, I try to go into their head and imagine how they're feeling. And I get in touch with that emotion. So I know that they're feeling really down and out. And just know that, when I walk into the room, unless they know who I am, they don't know that I'm wearing a prosthesis. So all of a sudden I say to them, look. And so just at the mere hello, they're already feeling better. And what I tell them is I promise them, because it's true, that they're going to be perfectly normal, if not better than normal, and that they're going to do everything that everyone else can do physically, and that they're going to look down at their legs and feel whole again. It just takes a little bit of time. You just have to, there's about a year's time, but that, the truth is that life without limbs is limitless. And I believe that to my very core.
I kind of put a call out for, questions. And one of the questions was asked was, how do you feel when people make jokes about it? Because Ramona, all the time, like you went to the wine shop, which was hilarious when you got the bottle bitch and you go, we should be giving this to her. But, she kind of goes, oh, you've got two eyes and one leg. And sometimes I kind of feel like, is that is it funny or is it not? Is it, is it that camaraderie that you have amongst friends, or because there's been a few times in the episodes where things have been said.
Right. And that was a good catch that you saw. I said I have 2 eyes. She goes, yeah. I'm happy to make fun of myself all the time. I think it's really, life is short. Life is funny. I don't take myself too seriously. I'm happy to make fun of myself. I'm happy for the girls to make fun of me. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really. And I have no issue. Sometimes some Twitter followers will make a joke about my leg, and I like to jump right in because I think it's funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your leg.
Yes. Oh, that. Yes.
That old thing.
Yes.
First of all, we saw a promo for the new series, and it ended with about a 1-second shot of your leg on the floor alone, and everybody's eyes bug-eyed. Not just Ramona.
Yes, I know. The whole room took a gasp. The whole room took. I can't share how that happened.
No.
It is my leg.
Obviously, it was on the grassy knoll.
I know, and I just think that prosthetics have gotten so advanced today that my leg has a brain, and my leg was sick of all the drama. It was sick of Carol. It was sick of Heather. And it just got up and walked away. I mean, what can I tell you? But I promise, in the future, New York City restaurants, it won't happen again.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a leash on that leg. That's crazy. That was a crazy night, and you're gonna see that.
Well, the world really caught onto it, and we're obsessed by it. The next day, social media went crazy around the world.
God.
And then the next thing we know, Aviva's leg has a Twitter handle. And I have to say, I've been following Aviva's leg.
How's it doing?
Yeah, it's great. That leg is really witty. Like you say, it has a good brain on it, a good head on that leg. It's hilarious.
It talks. It writes. It writes.
Well, in fact, it was your leg who wrote the book, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was not your team of people. It was your leg, and you just left it by the typewriter, and you woke up, and the book was written. There's all these things that people don't know about you.
It's very hard.
And I'm so happy that you've written this book. I wish you the utmost of success.
Thank you.
I thank you for all the people that you are inspiring.
Thank you.
Because you are an inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
it's so kind.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. My new girlfriend. My new real girlfriend.
I know.
A well-wisher here. There's a well-wisher here in the room.
There needs to be more.
Non-competitive, non-jealous well-wisher. Thank you.
I love it. No,
Thank you.
The more women that succeed, I think the better future we pave for our children.
Thank you. 100%. 100%. And we have to teach our daughters, how to relate to one another.
Oh, and there's one thing I want to ask you for my anti-bullying thing. If you were speaking to children who are being bullied, what would you say to them? And for children,
right? No, I think I would probably tell children who are being bullied that your difference is actually your greatest power, and you don't know it now, but you're going to have the last laugh.
Love it. Love it. Love it.